At the Gulf Football Stadium in Qatar, the 2022 World Cup, which has made Qatar the center of attention worldwide, many people have started to comprehendcore via World Cup, etc. This World Cup is not only being staged for the first time in the Middle East, yet it is also the most costly so far, costing approximately $229 billion, more than all others combined World Cups in the past. However, some American media analysis claims that in addition to Qatar, China is the World Cup's greatest winner. What is happening here? Subscribe to China News to watch about all the secret projects, one of the first. So let's begin. The country of Qatar, which has a total size of 11,500 square kilometers and has only 2.658 million people. Qatar, however, is the nation in the world with the lowest income. Has a $68,000 per capita gap, 1.7 times that of Dubai and 2.8 times that of Dubai and 2.8 times that of Saudi Arabia. Qatar's per capita GDP can reach 410,000 if foreigners are not included. U.S. currency. Qatar spends a total of $229 billion on hosting, maybe because it is too wealthy. The World Cup, the nations have spent more money on the World Cup's hosting than past. But what benefit does Qatar actually receive from hosting the World Cup, given the enormous costs involved? First of all, a successful World Cup match will draw spectators from around the globe to Qatar. The consuming requirements of a sizable following in tourist, catering, and retail will result in considerable in a short amount of time. Qatar will see economic gains. The privileges to televise World Cup matches can also offer Qatar a healthy economic revenue. According to reports, the average World Cup ticket, the cost of broadcast rights, ranges from $80 million to $120 million. Furthermore, holding a World Cup can also advance the thorough comprehension of Qatar's cultural landscape, historical economics, and it's set by nations throughout the world and can foster growth and increase communication. Future tourism trends may see an increase in visitors to Qatar. Hosting the World Cup has a lot of advantages overall, and its extensive economic advantages and impact rival those of the Olympic game. Despite the fact that several nations lost money while hosting the World Cup, the enormous level of anticipation for the World Cup across all nations is unaffected by this, because it serves as a representation of the nation's overall strength. However, some renowned, according to American media, China is the largest winner of 2018 World Cup, except from Qatar, because China received the majority of the more than $229 billion Qatar paid. Why is it that Americans assert that? Let's examine the initiatives that China has hired for the World Cup. The first is the transportation sector. The World Cup's host nation must provide efficient traffic, considering that travelers from all over the world will be coming in Qatar as a nation with a large area. Qatar's present area is only 11,500 square kilometers. Hamad and Doha International Airport, worldwide airport, accessible to, therefore, they must grow in order to survive. The airport and this undertaking was given to China, also known as Infrastructure Madman. The vehicles that pick up and drop off players and spectators are also imported from China. The second area is accommodations. Statistics show that there will be around 1 million fans and at this World Cup tourists. They must stay in a hotel as a result when numerous supporters come in Qatar, so Qatar soon invited China to assist in the construction of several hotels. But given that there are more than 1 million supporters, this is insufficient. In order to create a floating hotel, Qatar renovated a huge cruise ship. Qatar has constructed thousands of board homes in the manner of shipping containers with China's assistance. 3. Construct a brand new stadium. Qatar constructed a total of 7 new stadiums for this World Cup. The World Cup finals are held at one of them, Russell Stadium. The largest stadium is there, the nation, and has room for 80,000 people. As early as China won the bid for this project 2016, and in addition to the outside building work, the equipment and interior design of the stadium was made in China as well. There is a 974 stadium in addition to the Lusail Stadium. This is the first stadium to be demolished in history. Following the game, the building supplies of the 974 stadium, which is made out of 974 shipping containers from China, may be recycled. Fourth, the hydroelectric sector. Qatar made the decision to employ sustainable energy in order to safeguard the environment. The Chinese construction crew erected an 800 megavolt facility in its place of petroleum. Water-based power generating, local photovoltaic power plant Qatar already has a water shortage due to its high water usage. Country and the rise of international visitors may exacerbate Qatar's water shortage issues. China assisted them in constructing a huge storage dam with 15 reservoirs to address this issue. This can provide 2 million people with water each day. Additionally, when supporters attend a game, they frequently return home with gifts for their family like flags from other countries, horns, whistles, footballs, jerseys, necklaces, cushions, and so forth. However, many individuals are unaware that 70 of these goods are produced in China. Additionally, 2 adorable Chinese animals made an appearance in Qatar during this World Cup. Chinese nationals Jingjing and Sihai, 2 gigantic pandas. Additionally, this is the first occasion when a large Chinese there have been pandas in the Middle East. It is evident that China and Qatar have implemented Cohesion during the World Cup. What made Qatar decide to work with China? The first is the strongest infrastructure in the entire planet. Consider China's 2-fold increase in Qatar. Airports as an illustration. The Chinese construction crew worked after assuming control of the project. In November 2022, Hamad Airport extension was finished working overtime. There are now 179 boarding gates instead of the previous 140, and the number of passengers passing through each year has gone up from 40 million to 58 million. China took tremendous care to protect the environment while executing the project. A lot of green plants were produced for the neighborhood airport to improve its attractiveness and greenery. The second is how quickly China is building its infrastructure. To build the Lusail Stadium, for instance, China deployed more than 7,000 construction workers. It has a capacity for more than 92,000 people and occupies 195,000 square feet within 2118 days, square meters. This is the biggest football pitch there is. The highest capacity and technologically most sophisticated structures China has constructed abroad countries. It benefits from modern technology and is ecologically friendly and green. The cost of infrastructure in China is another factor. After the international bid was submitted, several of the world's best construction teams, including some construction teams from the UK and Australia, competed against one another fiercely. However, China's extensive expertise in international construction projects helped them win the bid, and the Chinese design team also succeeded in cutting expenses and the quantity of engineering. Chinese designers have significantly cut construction costs through good optimization while attaining the same building standards, which is also very important to Qatar. More significantly, China has consistently emphasized win-win collaboration and has a large number of partnerships with Qatar and a cordial connection between the two nations. China will become Qatar's top commercial partner in 2020. In 2022's first half, the value of commerce between China and Qatar will climb by 71 year over year to us $12.83 billion. China and Qatar are significant participants in the Belt and Road Initiative and in the fields of energy and transportation. And currency exchanges, China may or may not be the largest winner, as the United States said, but the finest outcome was Qatar's successful completion of the World Cup. And it is also the most powerful proof of the quality of China's infrastructure. Click on these videos to watch other amazing projects that will shock you completely.